Okay, so this is the part 2 of makosa vamping techniques. If you missed part 1, just go to part 1 and start watching so that you can understand what the part 2 is going to be talking about. And hello YouTube, it's me Vicpiano, and for today I'm going to show you something special. So I'm continuing from the last video I made, makosa vamping technique part 1. So this is makosa vamping technique part 2. Like I say, don't forget what at the end of my video I always show something unique and very crazy. So we started with vamp 1 on part 1, so this is part 2, and part 2 is going to have more things. So let's go straight to part 2 and remember the progression. That's why I said if you've not watched part 1, please watch part 1. It's very essential, where I introduced the vamping, simple vamping, go to 4, go to 1, go to 5, then I introduce passing chord, then I introduce chord replacement. Where I did chord replacement for your 1, chord replacement for your 6, for your 5, and chord replacement for your 4. Very cool. So go watch part 1. But those that have watched part 1, I'm sure you've applied this. So let's go for part 2. This is part 2. Right away, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to show you an extended version of what I showed you in part 1, which is latex. Now, within the simple vamping, let us make it a little bit more busy and more crazy. So it's going to sound something like this. Now I ask, what would your left hand be playing when you're playing all these passing chords on your right hand and chord replacements on your right hand? Very simple. Your left hand just maintains the groove, the progression, maintains the groove. That's what your left hand does. So this is it. So I'm just becoming more busy. So instead of doing just 2 times, I'm now doing it steady. So every strike, see, very crazy. Now you can now apply even the passing chords to it. Now you have to be very careful so that you don't do it and miss out the timing. The amount of time you spend on your passing chord should give you a very good amount of time also to move to the next chord. 1 minute. Okay, so your timing is very essential right now. So that's it. So it's just a double vamp. So let's go again one more time. Then we'll see how we can expand. Now, if you're thinking about, okay, how do they get this? What is the number patterns for the progression and the rest? I've given all these number patterns and sopranos for the progression in part 1. So go watch part 1 if you don't. So I made up for part 1 where I gave the number pattern for the left hand vamping, right hand vamping. I've given out that. So let's Now it's essential when you're playing with a band that you when you see, if you watch this the sound I'm using, there's already somebody doing some kind of solo. The guitar is doing its own work, so all you just have to do is to vamp. You don't have to keep doing too many solos too. Everybody cannot solo at the same time, so it makes the music beautiful and sound matured. You groove over everything. Okay, so let's expand on this groove and let's see what we have now. So let's try to do something a little bit more crazy, something like this. Now what I did here, it's called, I'm going to name it the chord over chord vamping technique. Chord over chord vamping technique. Chord over chord vamping technique. Don't forget, if you're still watching this video and you've not subscribed, please click that subscribe button right now. Thank you. Please click it. Yeah, I can see you. Click it right away. Haha. Okay, so that is it. So this is called chord over chord vamping technique. Very simple. So it's a technique whereby you vamp you know, you play a chord over another chord while vamping. So something like this. So it's very simple. I'm going to show you how this has formed and you're going to apply it. But for the meantime, let's just enjoy the music for 1 minute and I'm going to play the chord so that you have more insight on how it sounds. Now, these lessons I'm giving you are premium lessons, but I'm giving it for free of charge. So don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so right away, how do you get this particular technique? How do you get this? First of all, let's work it on major scale. You know what major scale is? You have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's for C, you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's for F sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's for G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For any key you want to do, is for A sharp. So any key you want to do, you know the major scale of the key. So this vamping is only going to base off the major scale. So if we are working on F, for example, we're working on F right now. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, which is root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Very easy that. So that's the formula for major scale. I'm going to give it as a bonus again. Root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So if you don't know all about your major scale and you just search on the YouTube search, just search Vicpiano major scale, or Vicpiano Music Foundation, or Vicpiano Speed Piano Tutorials. It's going to show you where I've made examples of major scale. Or you can even send me a private message. I can hold a one-on-one class for you. It's not free, please. It's not free. It's very, very affordable, but still a little bit complex with the price, you know, because the value you're going to get. So I'm going to hold a one-on-one live video with you and explain all those things. Or better still, you can purchase my ebook, my ebook material, my book I wrote, Speed Piano Tutorial. It talks about everything about your foundation. At the end of that video, the end of the book, you're supposed to play around 60 to 40 songs. It's a money back guarantee. If at the end of 4 weeks and you're not able to play 40 songs, I give you back your money back guarantee. So it's very easy. So let's go right away. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the same thing, you run it through. So get. So if I'm going to do a vamp, I want to do chord over chord vamping technique. So get. I'm going to do something like this. This is my 6. Pay attention very closely. This is my 6 and this is my 5. So I'm just going to play around my 6 and 5. So you see, so 6, 5, 6, 5. If I want to play around my 5 and my 4, I'm going to do. If I want to play 4 and 3. If I want to play 3 and 2. So that's just it. So it's normally. So on your own, you can become creative. You can decide to play from 2 and play with 6, or from 2 and 3, you play with 8. So I can do something. I can do 3 and 7. So depending on how creative you are, creativity is not something I can put inside you. I can only give you a preamble, like a sketch or a guide on how to activate your creativity, so you can get creative on yourself. So when you see me do some things, I'm going to try to show you some creativity I've done with this particular pattern, you know, show you a few, but the unending, the creativity for this particular pattern is unending. So I can do something like this. So all I'm playing, I'm just playing between chords of my major scale. I'm playing my 1, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, or 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, or I'm just playing around. I'm not playing any external notes, like I'm not playing my flat 7, I'm not playing my flat 6, I'm not playing my flat 3, I'm not playing my flat 2. I'm only playing notes associated that form chords of my major scale. Very, very simple. Okay, so that is how you do it. I'm going to do a little practice again for 1 minute, and then I'm going to show you my own technique and chords pattern are formed on this. You see what I just did now? Crazy. So the first one, remember you can apply this technique on any key and any song, any other song that has any other progression. It's very simple. It doesn't have to be just 1-4-5-4. This is a universal technique that can apply on any progression. You just use the same technique on that progression and it works. It works very good. Okay, so the first one I did is this. Let's try again. So this is, what I'm just doing here is that I did some kind of inversion. I'm just playing 4-1-4-1-4. I did some inversion of that, just it. So that's what I'm talking about, creativity here. So I'm playing 6-4-11. Then for my one, I'm playing 5-8-10, which is La, Do, Fa. Then you have your So, Do, Mi. Then I'm going to play in 4-4-1-4-1-4-1-4. So 4-4-1-4-1-4. So it's and I use this as a part kind of movement. You can use this as passing movement to the next chord, maybe to your 4. There you go to 4. There you go to 4. Or okay, I use it as a passing movement to my 1. Do you understand? So let me do it practically so you understand. So again, I'm doing it again. That is it. So this one is for when you want to go to 1. You do it to 1. Then I'm going to do the one when you get to 1. You're going to do the. So very simple. So I'm just playing 1 against my 2. The same thing. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. But I'm playing inversions here. So inversions play a very crazy role in this part. I'm going to see how I can talk a little bit about inversions and how they work. But if you check my previous video, just search Vicpiano inversion. I'm sure I've done something about that. So I'm just playing for my 1. I'm using 3 5 8. For my 2, I'm using 2 4 6, which you have your Mi, So, Do, then your Re, Fa, La. So you see, that's crazy. So these are my own creativity that I've formed that you can learn, but I've shown you how to expand on it because the creativity on using this particular technique is unending. So something like this. So you see, so I'm going to leave for the chord 5. You go create your own creativity for that. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like it's unending. The creativity is unending. So that is it. So this is going to be the end of part 2, and let's go to part 3. I'm going to show you more crazy things. Don't forget makosa vamping techniques. Vamping techniques for makosa vamping technique, very simple. So I'm going to end here. Don't forget to watch part 3. For part 3, I plan to show you more extended things like this. Then I intend to show you also this kind of slide pattern. So it's a very crazy techniques I plan to show you there and other crazy techniques. So that is it for today. So go enjoy. Then click on your notifications so you get notified when I upload